Hello, it is good to be back with you today. Delicious on the line. Today we are baking pizza. You don't need to be buying pizza, you can always bake at home. Yes, I'm baking for 8 grown-up men today. Those are the ingredients I'm going to be using. Just one more paprika we had to it. That is 1 kilogram of flour, baking flour. And I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of olive oil, one middle-sized onion, 3 pieces of garlic, 1 teaspoon of yeast. Those are my yeast. And one tin of tuna fish. I have 200 gram inside. 200 gram inside. That says maize. 200 gram maize. 200 gram raw blended tomatoes, and 170 gram of mushroom. Salt to taste. I'm using just 1 teaspoon of salt. It's individual. And that is pizza seasoning. If you have it, super. If you don't, please use your normal seasoning that you used to at home. You will still get the same results. Those living abroad can always get those things in their supermarkets. If not, use what your hands can touch. Can lay, you can always see what is available. That is 1 kilogram of baking flour. Now I'm adding my salt. Don't mind me. With feelings, I measure with feelings, and I've not failed up till now. Now I'm adding my yeast. Now you're not going to mix everything together. You have added salt and yeast to your flour. Mix it well. That is my garlic now. And I'm baking with lukewarm water. You can use lukewarm milk, but I'm using lukewarm water, and I always get the best results. Mix it well. You're going to need around 250 ml to 300 ml lukewarm water. Mix it well. Yes. You can feel the dough. Yes. Now I'm adding my 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Yes. Now you have to mix it well together. Just mix it well together, and you will feel another texture in your hand now that you have added the olive oil, and you're going to leave the flour now for 1 hour. But you can be doing something else. Let's say you can keep on preparing for the ingredients that you're going to use. Like this maize, I have to make sure that all the water drip out. Or the yes, the mushroom as well. We don't want to bake our pizza with water. Now the water have to be out of it. That is the tomatoes, the raw blended tomatoes. You can, if you don't have this, you can always prepare your tomatoes at home. Just not well blended, just rough blended, and boil it for 5 minutes. Then it's good to go. If you have this seasoning, pizza seasoning, use it. If you don't, use the seasoning you have at home. And like I said, salt is individual. I'm not going to use more than 1 teaspoon of salt for all what I'm baking now. And that's it. And that's my onion. Just one onion. And remember, I told you I'm baking for 8 people. That means I'm baking 2 baking pan. For 1 baking pan for 4 people, and I'm baking 2. Your onions, you need to cut it round, just like this. If you can cut without cutting pad, super. But I'm used to this way of cutting my onions. round, and now you separate them. If you have red onions, it's better. I couldn't find one, and I decided to use this. I've used it, and it's not that bad. It's not bad. It will also give you a good result. If you want it spicy, you can always add some pepper to it. It's individual. Yes. 1 teaspoon. Now I'm cutting my paprika. Just one paprika. One paprika. My boys don't want too much paprika in it. Yes. Just one big paprika. Yeah, and this is optional as well. That is olive. I'm adding some olive to it. And now my oven, let's for 200 centigrade. That is how your flour will look after 1 hour. Can you see it? Wow. And remember, I'm going to bake 2 baking pan. So that means I'm going to share the flour. Now you oil your baking pan, oil it well. Please, you can use olive oil or any other oil that you have there, groundnut oil, whatever. Now I'm baking just 500 grams of the flour. Now, just 500 grams of flour. Half of it, the second one will be baked later. Yes. Now it's time to spread it. Just spread it. It's very, very easy to spread. Even if you want it more longer than that, I believe it will go. Just make sure you spread it well, especially the middle. Yes. Now I'll be adding my tomatoes. I'm using half of it, just 100 grams. I'm going to use the rest for the second baking pan. Now spread it well with your spoon or fork. Like I've said, I'm using 1 tin of toned fish. If you don't have toned fish, use any other fish that you have at home. Just boil it and drip the water out. Yes, and add some oil to it, and it's good to go. Yes, now it's my paprika, maize, olive. Now the tonfish is coming in it. It's only the tonfish. I'm not going to share into 2. Tonfish and onions. I'm going to use them for this one baking pan. I have to use another tonfish for the second baking pan and 1 middle-sized onion as well. Now you spread your onions very well. You can always add olive oil to it this way, but I had some oil in my fish, so I decided not to add some oil, more oil to it. And I'm using 100 grams of cheese, grated cheese. Now in oven, just bake it for 30 minutes. And that is the end result. Look at it. It looks so yummy. Women, you don't need to be buying pizza for your children. You just bake for them at home. It's healthy. You know what you have inside. And you can as well gauge what you want. You don't want too much salt. You don't want too much fat. You can always gauge it. And you will still enjoy it. Look at this. This is delicious. Yes. 1 baking pan is for 4 people, and I'm going to bake the second one. All what you can see now is just 500